Ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 4 rounds in the featherweight division. Presenting in the blue corner, tonight wearing yellow trunks, he weighs in at 124 pounds. From Mandaluyong City Boxing Stable, ladies and gentlemen, Joey Hererro. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing white trunks and weighing 127 pounds, from Bebot Elorde Stable, ladies and gentlemen, Rey Labao. Judges are Gazizo Martinez, Captain Ramon Flores, Nestor Olivetti, and the man in charge of the action, referee Warren Hererro.
Okay, if you've just joined us, you're still with me, Javi Bagat Singh, together with Luis Zabal Jauregui, bringing you boxing action, brought to you by Ginebra Ringside, here at the Elorde Sports Center, Sucat Road, Paranaque City, for Boxing Contra Droga, Part 12. This is the debut fight of Joey Hererro, fighting off Mandaluyong Stable against Rey Labao from the Bebot Elorde Stable.
Good evening, Javi. It's nice to join you here at Paranaque City at the Elorde Sports Center. Beautiful night and exciting boxing coming.
Both fighters always feel each other out, Luis, here in the early stages of this 4-rounder. But again, this is Joey Hererro's first fight of his career. He's giving off 1.5 inches and 3 pounds to his fighter, Rey Labao, weighing 127, while Joey Hererro only weighing 124 pounds and standing 5'5" to Rey Labao's 5'6.5". It's always exciting to see an orthodox fighter go against a southpaw.
Both fighters very eager to show their good conditioning and excellent training.
Let's see if it pays off. Those two are key essential factors for any boxer to succeed.
Small exchange there.
Not really connecting. Let's see if the experience of Rey Labao, well, at least 2-fight experience of Rey Labao over the debut fight of Hererro, pays off. Rey Labao in the white, again Hererro in the yellow. The southpaw now giving Hererro a run for his money. And Hererro just covering himself up. Seems to be dazed, or seems to be looking for something to hold on to and wondering why the hell did he enter this sport in the first place. The crowd now feeling the action. You can start to hear them cheering on. I don't exactly know who they're cheering on, Luis, but they just seem to be cheering on a nice fight, you know. I don't understand the moves of Joey Hererro. He held on and he tried to give a short punch there that seems like one your parents give you when you make or do something bad as a kid. As we end the first round action here, coming to you from Paranaque City. Your thoughts on that first round, Luis?
That was an exciting first round. A couple of flurries of punches, not really connecting, but definitely high energy. Both fighters eager to show their enthusiasm for the fight.
Well, it's nice to see enthusiasm, but we'd rather see skills in a fighter. And let's see if this young debut of Joey Hererro will show us exactly that. Rey Labao, 2 fights to his card, winning both and hasn't lost yet. Winning both actually by KO and knockout. First time he fought or entered the ring as a professional was July 21, 2004. While today, December 10, 2004, is the first time Joey Hererro from the Mandaluyong stable. Second round action here coming to you from Elorde Sports Center here at Paranaque City. This is being brought to you by Getaway KTV Bar and Grill at 8165 Director A, Samos Avenue, Sucat, Paranaque. And of course, Marty's Restaurant beside Elorde Gym. Now, Hererro seems to have heard my comments. He's coming on strong. Not really defending himself, just looking for something to hit and take out his frustrations. Labao wisely using the two ring experiences he's had so far, stepping back and covering up. It looks though that this Joey Hererro's got some power in his punches, although he keeps his arms too low, Luis.
Yes, he does.
That's an uppercut coming from I don't know where it came from. It came from his chest, I guess. It says here in his stats he's an orthodox fighter, but I have yet to see any orthodox moves coming from Joey Hererro.
Labao trying to come back with a bit of punching himself.
Hererro seems to be winning the crowd with what he's doing. Labao, the fighter from Liloan Leyte. Look at how low Joey Hererro puts his arms up, lifts his arms down, I mean.
Yes, and it actually, he's paying for it now. You said it and it came in.
He doesn't seem to be able to look past his gloves, which is something every boxer should master. Because before your eyes should come the gloves.
With another jab straight.
And Labao connecting with that straight. There's no twist coming from the hips of Hererro as he throws those right crosses. And the referee.
There's a bit of frustration there in the last seconds of that exchange.
Referee Warren Haro asking both fighters to keep it up. Joey Hererro almost turning his back on the fighter, when the cardinal rules should never do in the ring. Again, not keeping his arms up, is being hit by those straights. He's like trying to chop a tree, but without knowing how to use an axe. He seems to have the power, but not the form of those killer blows. As Labao in white, just methodically hitting Joey Hererro. Another beautiful left cross there, clipping the chin of Hererro. Labao though seems to be losing gas as we hit the closing round, second round. We'll be back with more action here at Ringside TV Boxing. Third round action here. You're still with us, Javi Bagatsing and Luis Zabal Jauregui, coming to you from Paranaque City, the Elorde Sports Center. Joey Hererro starting to put some defense now into his arsenal, which he should have had in the first place. But still, Luis, I find his arms too low. He's exposing his chin and his eyes.
Yes, and he's paid for it in the last 2 rounds. Labao's been able to capitalize on that low hanging hands, leaving his face open for some punches.
And the stance of Hererro, he lacks the sideward stance. That's why his body seems to be open. Yet a beautiful exchange there. And Hererro is just throwing wild punches there.
Hererro just throwing punches. I don't know where that was coming from, Javi.
I don't know if he's a left-hand fighter or a right-hand fighter, because switch every time he throws a punch.
But he's definitely a fighter.
He's definitely a fighter. I'll give you that, Luis. And I think Labao will give him that as well, as Labao's face is a little red already. Hererro choosing not to bounce around, just standing straight in the middle of the ring. Again, one of the cardinal rules of a boxer, you should always be mobile and agile. A moving target is harder to hit.
Yes, but these two boxers seem to be choosing a more toe-to-toe stance.
Squared circle kind of fight, like in ancient Greece. Hererro, 24 years old. Labao, 5 years younger, 19.
Ref putting them aside.
Warning there from referee Warren Haro, because Labao seemed to be chopping with under his fist. Both fighters exchanging punches. You can see the sweat flying around from here. Hererro standing right in front of Labao. Very dangerous. Labao has won both of his fights by knockout, and that's something you don't want to do. Hererro looking for advice from the crowd. Almost falling off the ring there.
I think he slipped there. Huh?
Seems to be smiling. Another beautiful straight there. He's in danger. He's sitting on the ring right now.
Labao seems to be going in for the kill.
I have yet to see any orthodox fighting skills coming from Joey Hererro, who claims he's an orthodox fighter coming from the Mandaluyong stable. And that's the end of the third round. We'll be back with the last of these 4 rounds between Joey Hererro and Rey Labao. Luis, if they were going to end the fight now, score it by judge's decision, who would you give the fight to?
I would give it to Labao. He seems to be the more experienced fighter, and he seems to be landing more solid punches. Hererro seems to have lost his training and orthodox style.
As you see, that
Probably
slow
got excited by the new crowd.
See? There he is, sitting on the ropes there, almost going down. Labao digging in deep, a couple uppercuts there, not really connecting, but still to the judge's eyes, the more active fighter is the winner. Herrera's got no clue where he is.
I think he's finally getting a little tired as well. Throwing all those wild punches took a lot of energy out of him, Javi.
One of the things I like about boxing, though, Luis, is there's always that upset, and of course, the underdog. And I think Joey Hererro, although he's pleasing the crowd, is the underdog, keeping his arms wide open and showing his chin and his face. Wild straight there by Labao. Now both fighters seem to be exchanging cell phone numbers. I don't exactly know what's going on anymore inside.
I think they like each other.
Joey Hererro, 24 years old. Still enough time to think of changing careers. And 19 years old, Rey Labao, winning 2 of his first fights, both by knockout. Third fight now, he's starting to unload. He senses that his fighter does not know what he's doing, and hitting straight. There's a straight. And Warren Haro wisely gives Hererro a standing 8 count.
Labao saw his opening and took it.
I don't think Hererro can continue with this. Hererro doesn't know what to do. The referee, Warren Haro, signaling him, and the fight is over. Wise move there by Warren Haro, the referee, stopping Joey Hererro from continuing, because I think he sensed that this fighter, Joey Hererro, has not got the skill to go against someone like Rey Labao, and if he continues, would end up hurting himself.
Definitely promising things for Rey Labao.
On his third fight, this young 19-year-old surrendering all his fighters by knockout. As we go to our ring announcer, Boy Villanera, for the official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your official time 1 minute and 17 seconds in round number 4. For your winner by technical knockout, Rey Labao.
Rey Labao, our winner of the second fight here from Boxing Contra Droga Part 12, coming to you from Elorde Sports Center, Sucre Road, Paranaque City, in Nebra, Ringside TV.